So Aaron Yarmel decided to pretend that he has a personality, but he doesn't.
They would have gotten away with it. And they almost did. It wasn't for your good friend, Dr. Buck Bennis.
Repeat after me. I have no talent.
I have no talent.
I got myself a whole big box of 9mm jacketed hollow point 115 grain bullets, and I paid an escort to climb way up on that ladder and drop it on my head. You think I was protected from that? No, I was not. The only thing I ended up with was a subdural hematoma. My brain was redder than the Kool-Aid man. And it just goes to show you that these vaccines don't do anything. They don't protect.
I have no talent.
Mr. Tentacles has all the talent.
Mr. Tentacles has all the talent.
If I'm lucky, some of Mr. Tentacles' talent may rub off on me.
The weird thing about Aaron Yarmel is that he's really, really bad at maybe two things that I happen to be good at. I only think I'm good at three things, and one of them is completely illegal to do on YouTube. Topic for another video. But to do YouTube doesn't really require talent. It doesn't require intelligence. Hell, stupidity is an advantage. I'll get into that in a minute. But it requires really high levels of honesty and personal integrity that Aaron Yarmel utterly lacks. And you know what? I think philosophy, not just reading philosophy, not just researching philosophy, not just philosophy on a chalkboard in a classroom, but getting out and teaching philosophy and engaging with philosophy publicly, that also requires this really high level of honesty and integrity that Aaron Yarmel totally lacks. Also, his comedy videos are not funny and he has no personality. But yeah.
I've gotten scabies, I've gotten shingles, I've gotten syphilis, I've gotten the thing the sailors get when they don't have enough vitamin C. I even got a subdural hematoma when that escort dropped a box of bullets on my head the other day. So social distancing ain't gonna protect you from nothing.
It's interesting. It's interesting that he decided to change course and upload comedy videos when, apart from having a PhD, apart from having a charity that he created himself and that we're all going to pretend really exists in the real world because he lists it on his resume and it has its own website. Yeah, congrats. He has all this privilege, but he has the greatest privilege of all. And I want you all to look in the mirror and ask yourself if you have this privilege, and that is stupid conformist privilege. If you're stupid and you're a rebel, that really doesn't bring a whole lot of privilege into your life. You take a minute and look at the interviews Aaron Yarmel managed to line up. And this guy gets a solid 50 views per video. His range is between 50 views and 250. And no shade for that. But he's getting people like Priya from Direct Action Everywhere and Roger Yates and all these other people lining up to support him and lining up to do interviews on his channel. Why? You know why. These people know. These people they feel confident that Aaron Yarmel is not going to ask them any challenging questions whatsoever. They know he is a stupid conformist. And that is, in our society, and especially on the internet, the greatest privilege of all. And what does he do? He wants to be Instagram famous like everyone else. He does this, frankly, disgusting, fake redneck accent, and he starts trying to do comedy videos. He starts trying to have a personality. Now, just look for 1 second here at what he says about his mission statement. I think you'll see why. It feels to me sometimes like Aaron Yarmel's life is this unintentional parody of repressed aspects of my own personality, because I would never make these mistakes, but I can relate to it on a deep level. I remember what it was like being 12 years old and being stupid and fatuous enough to think this way. Quote, philosophy is a living part of our shared heritage, and we believe that everyone should have access to it. No. So look, he's talking about running these programs to teach philosophy to children. So what am I doing? Aysel Mazar, I wrote children's storybooks about Socrates, right? I wrote about the philosophy of veganism, right? And it makes it accessible and relatable. But those are children's storybooks. I do not have this delusion that, like, the average man wishes to have access to the philosophy of Confucius and just lacks it. Like, the average man in the street is clamoring for the wit and wisdom of Immanuel Kant and G.W.F. Hegel, or even Socrates and Aristotle. Like, I truly understand and profoundly sympathize with the fact that 99% of people, if they ever picked up one of those books, would look at it, say, this is horseshit, this is not relevant to my life, this is not meaningful, close it, put it down, and never want to read it again. And they're right. I actually respect the common man. I actually have some... what's the right word here? I value their opinion more than I value Aaron Yarmel's. Like, he represents this absurdly privileged university elite perspective. He comes out of a classical music background, by the way, that fits perfectly, and fits perfectly with this thing of him putting on a jean jacket and ridiculing the rednecks. Oh, let me put on a funny accent and pretend I understand the mentality of an anti-vaxxer. It's really toxic. It's really shitty what he's doing here. But I mean, this is part and parcel of this package of privilege. But you imagine that these books on the shelf that maybe, just maybe, are special and meaningful to you in your life. Like, I can be honest about that too, right? I can talk about the very strange sense in which Aristotle is meaningful to me in my life. But because I have honesty and because I have integrity, I can say by the same token, I recognize why it won't be meaningful to you and you and you, why it won't be meaningful to 99% of people. And I can sit here and talk about and joke about, yeah, you know, Aristotle is meaningful to me in this particular way. I don't expect anyone else to get it. My own mother doesn't get it. My own father, who's now deceased, didn't get it. My own sister, who has a PhD in philosophy, doesn't get it. Most people, this won't be meaningful, but it's meaningful to me, and here's why. Hey, you know, Buddhist philosophy, I don't pretend this is a message for everyone. I don't think it's going to help everyone. Hey, you know what? If you're interested in the question about why and how slavery was abolished in the history of Thailand, this is going to be interesting and rewarding to you. Like, there's some particular reason that makes philosophy matter to you and why this is a priority of your life, why you relate to the text. And children don't have that. In that case, it's not 99%. It's 100%. 100% of children. It's not the case that they're clamoring for access to Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, Immanuel Kant, you choose, and they just can't get it because there isn't this charity run by an asshole like Aaron Yarmel making it accessible to them. No, they're profoundly, genuinely, sincerely not interested. And that's a rational decision they're making in their own interest. You know what they are interested in? Lego. They're interested in Lego. Fucking face up to it. And you know what 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds are into? The equivalent of fucking Lego. They go to the Lego movie. They're interested in Lego porn on Pornhub. They want Lego too. They want horseshit just like Lego. That's what's meaningful in their lives. It's not the case that they want philosophy and can't get access to it, and they need someone from the ivory tower to deign to make it accessible. Like, this is what doing YouTube requires. Profound, radical honesty. Honesty with yourself. Honesty about your own bullshit. And sure, if you've got a personality, every so often, you can come on and have a laugh about somebody else's bullshit too.
Dun, 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 dun.